Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to more PMA LCS final game of week 3. Sorry for the wait. Yes, it's 1:30 and not 1, but we run on Symphonian time. So yeah, this is going to be Passive Aggressive Red Panda singular versus Team Foreskin. I am Rich Jirachi Maddies. I am joined for his first actually official cast, Sean Menbung Shannon. How's it going?
It's going great, guys.
Cool, and also by John Bellowing Bison Christensen. What is up?
Yeah, it's earlier here than you guys, so yeah.
You're on the West Coast.
I am
you?
behind you guys by a day right now.
Are you on the West Coast?
And yeah, I am. I'm in Washington State.
Okay, well, no, you're not a full day.
Not a full day, but you know.
China. I was like, what?
I'm on the East Coast, so it's 1:30 in the morning. This is probably gonna go to 4 in the morning for me, but who cares? This PMA LCS, we
Hype.
do. Hold on, just bump. And there. Set things back up. Bump. Bump. What happens if they don't pick in time?
Well, technically, there's usually a skin or like a clock, so they would just insta-lock to a random, and then they would have to go.
Okay.
But since we're doing it this way,
I think I'm gonna propose that they lose a ban if it's significantly past. Like, yeah.
well, I know, but it's their final pick, so ban's already done.
Yeah. Well, no, they lose a ban for the next game or like whenever their next game is.
Yeah, like the next one.
Something
Got
like
it.
that. Yeah. It's okay. So we have finished the champ select pick ban. We are about to go into game. Which just hold on. Streamers are ready, yes. So on the blue side, we do have the passive aggressive red panda. We have Balakastran slash Blacky Chan slash Caleb slash I'm gonna call him a bunch of different things this game. He's in the top lane, Eruyan slash Elliot in the jungle, Violet Sociocat in the middle lane, Dasbite, who is formerly Enchante before things happened. Yeah, he's now Dasbite. He's going to be the ADC, and Boomarkle is going to be the support.
And in the top lane for Team Foreskin, we got the duo in the top and jungle of flavors. Guy Fieri with his silent taco in his back pocket always. J-Rar holding down the mid lane. And the duo of Psycho Panda with Psycho Boy 92 and Flame Panda on support.
Yeah, so got the bands flying through already. We have the Zed and the Zac band from Passive Aggressive Red Panda. Zed obviously targeted at J-Rar, and in the Moo band, double bands targeted at Silent Taco.
Yeah, I think it's kind of smart. Taco is definitely the guy who gets Team Foreskin going in the early game. It's kind of odd to see the Sejuani ban, seeing as from Team Foreskin, seeing as how Silent Taco had some really good performances on that last week, but maybe they're thinking something different.
Yeah, maybe thinking that PARP will prioritize that pick since I believe Sejuani is up there in Elliot's most played champs, but the Kazakhs instead for Silent Taco. He played a lot of Kazakhs last split. No.
Oh, it was actually the Lee Sin.
It's the Lee Sin. I'm bad. He's teasing us.
You've been bamboozled.
I wasn't paying attention in Champion Select. But the Galio Warwick, that is a strong top jungle combo for PARP. And the Corky mid lane, we're going to see first Corky of the LCS and Violet Sociocat and someone new.
So when you look at the priorities in the solo lanes right now, you have a Galio top lane who's just probably going to try to perma-push the Shen into tower, trying to neutralize him to where once he hits level 6, Galio has more of an impact, both being global top laners. And then Lee Sin's going to want to try to gank the Galio who's going to be perma-pushed in, so you should try to see some wards down from Galio top side early.
Yeah, and the Scalio Shen matchup is something we've seen a lot of this split. Well, not a lot, but it's happened at least a few times. I believe it happened when TSF played 9-9. Yeah, and it has to have happened at least once. But both top laners have multiple ways of having global pressure with the ults and the teleports.
Yeah, I mean, in general, we've seen lots of just global map pressure kind of champions. Seen lots of Galio.
I think,
and now I can't think of the other ones.
Galio,
but yeah, we've definitely seen lots of Galio.
I believe Galio has the highest pick ban rate in the split. It's at like 80-something%. It's pretty ridiculous. It's him, then Zac, and Sejuani, I think. No, we're not gonna see the Urgot. We are gonna see the Zai from Psycho Boy. I no longer have to be jealous of him since I got my Zaya yesterday.
Very nice.
Bison remembers the Zaya.
So far for blue side, you're looking at a pretty nice 5v5 comp once Caitlyn kind of gets going. Warwick is better in skirmishes, obviously, but the Galio can provide a really strong tank line for the Caitlyn and Corki to kind of poke in the back lines.
Yeah, and the Fling Panda did get his hands on the Leona that is his comfort pick, and it does pair quite well with the Zaya. The Zaya just adding to the lockdown, but Caitlyn Braum plays safe lane to answer that from PARP.
So Buffalo, when you're looking at these team comps, what do you feel? Bison. Wrong animal.
Starting off this cast great, guys. Things will only get worse from here.
It's okay, you haven't messed it up yet. That's normally what happens. You usually mess up something.
Oh, true. I didn't mess up my intro. So we good.
Yeah, well, since we have some time here during the delay, what did the Buffalo say when he left his son?
Oh my god, do I want to know?
Bison.
Oh.
Yeah? No? Come on, someone stream.
Can you hear the facepalm? Like, is that possible to hear facepalm? No, but... Oh my god.
So back to my original point. Bison. When you look at the two comps, what are you really thinking that's going to be happening in the early game? What do you think Foreskin needs to prioritize in the early game to try to get ahead?
I think they need to get that Zaya ahead. She snowballs really, really hard. I think once Echo hits that 6, I think we're going to see him head down bot lane a lot, trying to get that as well, maybe picking up a kill for him. Trying to put Caitlyn behind, not letting her snowball on the other side. Once they get past that point, I think they're going to have such a strong engage and dive that they could easily just roll over PARP at that point.
Yeah, it is. Silent Taco is on the Lee Sin, that early game pressure champion. He is going to have to snowball these lanes, or else Warwick is going to massively outscale him.
Yeah, I think the kind of problem with it, just from a comp standpoint, with having the Lee Sin, is that one, it's not necessarily the easiest champion to 1v1 Warwick. Warwick having a lot of sustain if he gets his E for the fear and the damage reduction, but also Lee Sin's the kind of jungler that wants to attack the other jungler, and he has losing lanes in almost every lane. The Corki Echo is kind of even when it comes to push, but Galio's going to push the Shen in. Caitlyn Braum should pressure and push in, at least wave management wise, the Zaya Leona. So he's going to be more gank focused, which does play into Silent Taco's tendencies, but trying to get his advantage that way as opposed to just bullying the enemy jungler.
Yeah, and we are, as we're ticking down, I want to get your guys' predictions on who you think's going to win. Bison, let's start with you. Putting you on the spot again.
I'm going to go with, well, this one I actually know for once. I'm going to go with Foreskin. I think that ridiculous amount of engage is going to be the downfall of PARP. If they can get the follow-up from Psycho Boy and from JR, it's over.
Alright, so one vote for Team Foreskin. Sean.
So when looking at the comps, I feel like if you go into the later stages of the game, I'd like to say that I have PARP, just because I like the Caitlyn Braum with Galio, and I think that comp-wise that they win. But I do trust Taco a little bit more, being a jungle guy. I think he's going to apply more pressure on the map. So I'm going to have to give it to Team Foreskin as well.
You know what? I'm gonna be the rebel and give it to PARP.
So are you just doing that to be a hipster? That's
No,
it.
no, I have. I mean, sure, but I do have reasoning to back this up. Like, PARP have been basically on fire the first 2 weeks of split. They just worked so well together, and this comp does synergize together quite nicely. And I think Violet Sociocat is gonna just do awesome things from the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, I do tend to agree with you. Like, if we were just looking at straight comps and we took the nameplates off, I would probably side with you on PARP, just because I think if you're PARP, you just kind of want to play the trading objectives game, get Caitlyn to her 3-item spike, triple Energizer with the Warlords, and then just, take down all the structures. But I just, knowing how JRAR and Silent Taco like to play around mid lane, and then with Guy Fieri on the Shen, with giving global pressure, instant global pressure, not having to walk a certain distance, unlike Galio. I think that's where it's going to happen.
Yeah, well, we are into game 4. PARP versus T4S. I didn't want to fit a 4-character tag into the top, so I just put PAR because, yeah. But it's PARP.
Parkour.
And one more quick note. Okay.
Go ahead.
Guy Fieri is subbing for Fish Baby Bot on Foreskin.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention subs. He is the only sub in this game, I believe. And the things coming out just looks... Both teams kind of looking at some defensive fan-outs. Ward against invades.
Yep.
Arian sitting in this pixel. And he should be fine. And...
Sean forgot to buy.
Yeah. Yeah, Bite forgot to buy items, and I guess Violet Sociocat loaded in a bit late because she has only left base just now.
So, interesting thing I want to point out really quick, both ADCs going with the Longsword 3 Biscuits, which one is kind of not as meta as it used to be, with Doran's Shield and Doran's Blade still being very strong, but also the Biscuits. Most ADCs are running the 18-0-12, and that means that these ADCs are both running 18-12-0. So just something to look out for, trying to hit their power spikes a little bit earlier, obviously. And we got Echo kind of... Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I will say, unless, like, I mean, so the 18-12-0 thing, Violet Sociocat just getting a bit of early trading and has started the E for the Corki, but like I was saying, the 18-12-0 versus 18-0-12 I think really comes down to personal preference, but I do not like the longsword triple whatever pot start unless you're playing like Varus or Lucian and you're getting an early Vamp Scepter. Early lifesteal really helps out a lot. Also, getting some nice damage does take a tower shot, a little bit overreaching. So yeah, I don't like the longsword start personally. I don't. The Caitlyn doesn't really have much for it to build into. At least Psycho Boy on the Xayah, he can build into the Essence Reaver, but yeah, it's just a little bit questionable starts, but it's a lot of trading going down this mid lane, just Violet Sociocat just getting all up in JRAR space.
Yeah, and looking at JRAR, he did pick up the Corrupting Potions as his starting item instead of a normal starting item for Echo. Looks like he might have been thinking about maybe getting an early kill on Violet Sociocat, but I'm not sure if that's really working out for him right now.
Will go in with Deep Link, but nope, not going to get any more damage than that. This is the Time Winder.
Yep. And what's happening right now in the early game in all 3... Exactly what we were talking about. The push is in all 3 lanes for PARP. But it is to be noted that the kill, as we have a gank coming mid lane from Silent Taco.
Yeah, Silent Taco is coming in. Violet Sociocat is going to flash early. Silent Taco has used the Sonic Wave, but is he going to flash in? Nope, JRAR is going to get it. Oh, he's going to flash away from Arian, but Arian, using that Q to chase, he will pick up the return kill.
So nice gank by Silent Taco. Sees the pushing lane, as we talked about earlier, was going to be in PARP's favor. Then abuses it, gets both summoners out of Violent Sociocat, but then Warwick's there for the trade kill.
Yeah, some nice response from Arian. Silent Taco gonna go in for a little bit of damage. It's gonna not quite be on the winning end of that trade, but both junglers just looking to get back, maybe get their buys in. They are both sitting on about 800 gold, so maybe you just farm up a little bit more. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
And now God, I can't think of the name of that. That second item for Echo.
Dark Seal.
Dark Seal.
Yeah.
Oh, got Fury missing the taunt on Blackstrand, but Blackstrand is gonna go back in with the Justice Punch. Gonna use the wins. He's going to win out on that trade.
Yeah, Echo getting that Dark Seal, maybe looking to get a little bit more extra healing and extra mana from that Corrupting Potion.
Yeah, but we do see J-Var is coming up top lane for the roam. Caleb does not know about this. He is going to just go the other way. Is he going to flash this wall? No, not quite. He's just giving him the run around. J-Var does not have a phase dive. Caleb is going to get the taunt off. Will Justice Punch away? Why are we moving away? No, he's just going to get out alive. No flash even needed to be burned. Nice escape for Blockastrand.
Yep, very, very nice. Didn't feel the need that there was enough pressure. Missed the parallel convergence. That he didn't have to burn his flash, so he saves both summoners. Kind of just a lot of time wasted for JR. As Vile Sociocat has a little bit more time to push mid, get the CS lead growing even further, and get more time with no pressure in the mid lane so he can get his summoner spells back.
We see Silent Talk. Oh god, what am I saying? It's late. I'm going to lose my mind at some point. It's okay.
Don't worry, we got 3 casters here.
If I go down, someone can just take over play-by-play. It's like real quick. Oh, J-Rar diving in, gonna get the third Crocodile passive. Nice little bit of damage.
Obviously, the extra damage coming from the new SKT skin that he purchased.
We all know SKT skins are actually just pay to win. They give you more damage. But speaking of this mid lane though, Violet Sociocat has pulled out to a little bit of a CS lead. It is getting equalized by JR, and he does have the TP to back, maybe heal up a little bit, and just use that teleport back to lane and pick up some more CS, but
yeah, that CS lead has actually shrunk for Sociocat. It was a little bit bigger earlier on. Weren't really paying attention to it with all the fighting going on in the ganks.
Who needs to pay attention to anything?
Yeah, who needs to pay attention to farm, you know, not us, not the ADC mains or anything.
Not the casters casting the game, you're right.
Yeah, who needs farm? Although, speaking of CS and ADC, Psycho Boy has pulled ahead to a little bit of a CS lead over Bite. Caitlyn will pull it back with these casters, but I mean, going even in lane as a Caitlyn is not something you want to see. You really need to push that advantage and take advantage of her lane bullying with her extra range.
Yeah, it's been kind of interesting to see the Caitlyn lane almost pushed under tower at most points of this game until just the recent push out from PARP. Very interesting. Not seeing that the pressure I thought that would come out of bot lane as Guy Fieri trading
down top lane. Yeah, Guy Fieri gonna get some nice hits with that Tiamat too, and gonna take him down. Does shots Winterborn, misses the taunt though. Meanwhile in the middle, J-Ro is engaging onto Violet Sociocat, but here comes Arian. He's ghosting in. Arian, I'm not pronouncing this correctly at all, but it's okay. I need to just call him Elliot, like Jesus.
Yeah, Guy Fieri missing his second or third taunt in that sequence. You can't bring the guys to Flavor Town if
I know it was coming.
You don't
I knew it was coming.
taunt them to Flavor Town.
I'm just gonna point something out real quick. Psycho Boy and Panda came back to lane with 5 and 4 biscuits respectively. Like, this is an obscene amount of sustain. Like, okay then.
Well,
Wow.
that's nice.
Man.
Season 1 strats coming back to fruition.
Also, has the package, gonna drop the phosphorus bomb, chunks JRAR to just a bit over half health. Not even using the package yet. We'll want to get something going with that. Maybe look for a roam bot or top.
Yeah, definitely. I would definitely look bot if I was Warwick and the Corki right now, just because bot lane has been pushed and the jungler's on the other side of the map. Shen could answer with Stand United though.
Yeah, and Warwick is coming down. They are looking for a gank. Here comes the package. Psycho Boy is cut, flashes onto the package though, and that's a dead Zaya air. Elliot picks up that kill, burning him down through the Stand United.
Yep, just catching bot lane pushing. They knew he was coming. He was clearing out a ward. This is gonna be. They could have gone for probably first tower, but don't want to do it, and they're gonna take the dragon instead. While Guy Fury gets some damage on top lane tower as Galio covers mid.
Yeah, the Mountain Dragon will be quite nice for PARP with their sieging power, with the Caitlyn, with the Corki. So nice little dragon for them. It's not a cloud drag, which is, let's face it, slightly less than, more than useless. Let's call it that. Not completely useless, but it's not a mountain dragon. Like, come on.
What do you think, Bison? I think if you have more than one cloud drake,
Yeah,
it's not completely useless.
I mean, there's certain teams out there, Tilted Torpedoes, like Cloud Drakes, and find them very useful.
But, well, Tilted Torpedoes are the memeiest team in existence, so...
So something I wanted to point out that we talked about in the draft is that since there are losing lanes in terms of push on the side of Team Foreskin, you haven't seen Silent Taco, who has been their team's main source of early game aggression, do much of anything except for that the gank mid lane earlier on.
Yeah, he has pulled to a bit of a CS lead over Elliot, but Elliot is keeping the gold even with those 2 kills, so maybe look for... Silent Taco does have his kick, so maybe get a gank in maybe bot lane, catch out Caitlyn, and use the kick.
It looks like they might know about that.
Yeah, they're going.
Rift Herald.
Going up to Herald. There's 3 members of PARP on this, but Guy Fury is hanging around the top. He looks like he wants to interrupt this. Silent Taco is coming in from his side. Here comes Javer also with the collapse. This is going to be a full-on 3-on-3. Slime Wave connects on the Violet Sociocat. Her and Aerial Solo. Violet Sociocat barely gets away, but there's the double kill for J-Rar. Could have been a triple. Violet Sociocat so lucky to get out and they get Rift Herald too.
That was so clean. I don't know if you saw it. It was like a fadeaway cue from JR to make sure he got a slow onto the war to where the Herald executed him with one last punch and then ulted back.
Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Flame Panda is going to land the double Solar Flare, and there's so much damage coming from the Zaya. Caitlyn just hitting away in the backline though. Flame Panda is going to get stunned by the concussive blows, and that's going to be the end of that trade.
Yeah, a little bit late exhaust from Braum right there. I feel like it should have happened when the main stun, but nevertheless, just trades of some blows, and here come those health potions that they bought coming into use right there.
True. Yeah, but here is Elliot is going to open onto Flame Panda, but this is turning around 2v3. Oh my god, I need to work on not screwing up my camera, but Elliot is going to get the kill onto Flame Panda, but here comes J-Rar trying to pick something up. Nope, not going to land the Timeliner, and that's just a free pick for PARP. They had to really work for it, but they did get it in the end.
Yeah, unfortunately, JR, no ultimate, just use it in that skirmish up near the Rift Herald. Couldn't go in and die for more kills, but at the end of the day, it's just a 1-for-0.
Yeah.
And going back to that fight outline, when Flame Panda went in, he did ult both of them, and I feel like Psycho Boy hit that root little soon from the Blade Caller, still hitting them while they were stunned. That root not really taking effect because of that, letting it giving that little opportunity for Caitlyn to escape.
And the CC overlap, not something you quite want. You really want to layer that CC, keep them stuck in one place, but White is going to get out. So they're gonna be happy with that. They have fallen behind 2K Gold mostly off the back of the kills and Psycho Boy, who has pulled ahead to a 20 CS advantage despite going down 1 death. Oh, Blackastran is trading with Guy Fieri. It's gonna get caught in the Winds of War, and it's just a wet noodle fight up here.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you have 2 guys with a little bit of shields that they can add, taunts, and globals. It's basically just 2 of the same champions with different skins on right now.
Yeah, basically. One happens to lean AD 1 AP, but JR is gonna catch both of the AD carry and the support in the 2-man solar flare, and that's just 2 easy kills for Taco and JR, and now they're on the Violet Sociocat. She has nowhere to go. Guy Fieri gonna clean up that kill, and the kill for top, mid, and jungle of Team Foreskin. Kill a piece.
And this is exactly what we talked about in the pregame. The instantaneous difference between the Shin, as we were just talking about them being the same champion. Well, Galio, he can't join instantly. He's got to walk down, find his little circle on the map, and say, okay, I'm ready now. No, Shen just says, I'm going to click on you, let's go. And that's exactly what happens. They click, they go, they kill.
They are wanting to go in onto Elliot and block a strand, but they do dodge out a parallel convergence, and no towers to be gotten from this trade. They are going to drop the Rift Herald. Maybe looking to get something bought with that. That might have been Rift Herald was about to expire from J-Rod.
Yeah, it was. I saw the timer.
Okay. If it gets to the tower, it can take it out, but no PARP here to stop it.
Yeah, it was interesting that I don't know if he just didn't communicate to the rest of his team that the Herald was almost done, because bot lane just decided to leave right away.
Oh, Sociocat using package to get Alga. Tag the end of it onto J-Rar, get a little bit of damage. But honestly, I think J-Rar could, even with the ADC and support going back to bot lane, he could just drop the Herald. It was only with Arian and Blockastrand there to defend it. The Herald might have crashed it and gotten the last chunk on the tower. So, well, questionable waiting, but at the end of the day, not the biggest arm in the world. They are still up 3K gold. But this dragon is up. Sonicwave gonna connect onto Arian, and J-Rar is just in the middle of 3. Mountain Drag is down to 1.5k now. Here's Silent Taco does it, and he does get the steal! Great play from Silent Taco, and Psycho Boy's just 1v2ing off the side. It's gonna sell the other storm, but nice solar flare onto Bite. He is just dead to rights. J-Bar is on a rampage, and that's just easy cleanup for the rest of Foreskin. And Psycho Boy is gonna go down the area, but he's got Shen and Leona on his tail. They're gonna get this eventually. Yeah, there we go. Leona, just Fling Panda, just gonna pick it up with the W, but messy fight, but 3 for 2 in favor of T4S, and they got the Dragon Steel.
Yep, so outside the Dragon Steel, it was a really good fight for PARP for being down, getting some kills back onto some of their carries, although every kill, now that I look back, is on the Warwick.
Which is not, so, it's not that bad to have it on. Warwick can do quite a bit of work, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's going to get really outclassed when it comes to these late game fights 25 minutes into the game. When Lee Sin's going to be able to move around, he's not as the Warwick is.
Well, Warwick will be a little bit tankier than the Lee Sin, but Silent Taco can't make some plays happen. Yeah, absolutely, he's going to be able to get work done. This is getting so much damage. Silent Taco going to flash a little early, but will bring Silent Taco into tower. J-Rar doesn't quite have the range on the phase dive, and Arian is here to defend. But in the top lane, here come the taunts from the Wet Noodles. Walkastran taking Guy Fieri down to 7 ace HP.
Yeah, and you know, if it's a wet noodle fight, you gotta give it to the guy who's the chef, because you know he's gotta know the better types of noodles to use in a wet noodle fight.
Oh god. More taunts coming out. We might see someone get to half health eventually. Maybe.
So, real quick, off topic, how do you check gold on the spectator client? I can't.
I don't know. Just
It's
go.
X.
Okay, that.
Thank you.
I changed around all my keybinds to make it easier for one hand. So yeah, I've very customized ones.
Chat spams.
Okay.
Oh, caster doesn't know how to find gold.
Come on, guys, it's his first time.
I mean, Bison definitely can't find gold. That's why he's in silver.
Right?
And
Sosuke is diving into J-Road, but Aaron is gonna put the suppression on Taco, but stand united. Violet Sosuke is just caught in 3 people. She goes down, Silent Taco picking up another kill for himself. 2, 1, and 6 on the Lee Sin, finally making things happen. He's making a lot of things happen.
Yeah, it's funny that just as time has gone on, no towers have fallen, so it's just more skirmishes trying to be had by PARP, or just more proactive plays with the Shen by Team Foreskin. I mean, right now, as they go into
gonna delay the full combo onto the past fight, and he's just gonna go down. Panda gonna be the one to pick up that kill. Just squishy Caitlyn getting caught out and just dies.
Yeah, and again, the last time they did an engage, I questioned exhaust a little bit late, and this time no usage of the exhaust while the ADC is getting in. Don't know if it would have actually been able to save Das Fight, but you know, just something to look out for next time that there's an engage.
Yeah, now the gold lead has increased a little bit, is now at 5k in favor of Team Foreskin, but who cares about gold leads when Violet Sosuke is going to take down first tower and use that empowered package.
Which is huge for the
It's okay, I'm gonna pretend I just didn't say the phrase empowered package.
I don't think anyone caught it until you said it again.
Shh. Violet Sosuke gonna get saved by the damage reduction from the heroic entrance. Good awareness from Blockastrand, or maybe just Violet Sosuke calling for it, but at the end of all that, they do get the first tower, and that's a nice chunk of gold back, pull gold back to 3k when it was 5k just a minute ago.
Yeah, and I think the most important part about that is you got your gold on one of your carries. Got first tower, so brick to your Corki, who needs to hit his power item spike. Going for the
J-Ro getting a little bit messed up by Caleb, but oh, he's got the fancy feet! Dodges everything, and he's out of there. Oh my god, Silent Taco gonna kick away Blockastrand, but it's still gonna get taunted. J-Ro is gonna die back in, no chrono shift this time. He's gonna flash out this, oh my god, he stays alive. How? The fancy feet, just all the jukes, but now they're on the Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri is the tanky one though. Blockastrand. Guy Fieri is just in the middle of 3 people. He does not care one bit. Might have to care eventually. He's taking enough damage, but here comes a bot lane off the side. Oh, he's gonna get caught by the trap as he safeguards, but that's it. That's
gone full E now, boys. We've gone Fiesta because as we saw today in Rift Trials, and there's definitely greater than EU TSM. Shameless plug for my team. But such slim margins for the team of Team Foreskin, getting really aggressive, and then just not being able to execute, whether it's the Warwick ultimate or, you know, one more rocket by Violent Sociocat could probably have turned that fight and been huge for PARP.
Yeah, and it's just a very close series of plays. And how many things did J-Ro dodge? He dodged Caleb's Flash Justice Punch with the Chrono Break. He sidestepped the Warwick ult. Definitely had at least one other juke. Hey, speaking of useless cloud drags, Team Force can get one.
Well, we got an Inferno coming on the way, so maybe you give you.
Oh yeah, we got an Inferno.
But I like the Cloud Drake because whoa.
Oh okay, they're just on Baron. This is a classic alley call, the bait and switch almost. Yeah, just Team Force have no idea. They give up the dragon just to get the Baron. Oh my god, this is a classic alley call. You have to have Baron warded at all times post 20 minutes. It's down to... Okay, they have no idea. They're going to get mid-tower. They're going to get a lot of tower pressure, but Yeah, there we go. Free Baron. This is the most classic of alley calls.
Yeah, it's just you confuse them, you get them all sorts of confused all over the map. Hey, let's take Baron, they're not paying attention. Okay. And then you don't even know what happened at that point.
PARP has pulled this off at least once, I believe, both the past 2 weeks. They pulled it off against us in week 1, and I'm pretty sure they did it at some point in week 2, so... Alley just... Vital Sockets got just knowing when they can sneak it and just getting in on it. It's just great calls and communication from PARP.
One, it's a huge lapse in vision, and then you gotta think that when you're doing the dragon and then you don't see 3 people for about a good 30 seconds, you have to start wondering, hey, instead of pushing top lane as a Shen, maybe I should just go wander over to Baron and see what's going on. But Guy Fieri was really wanting to get that tower down.
Yeah, and now PARP are the ones with the tower pressure. They're sieging this mid tower. They've already chucked the tap health. Yeah, that's that Mountain Dragon tower. They are gonna get it. That is going to even up the turrets, and now they're looking at top lane. They might look to collapse on Guy Fieri, who is just split pushing for days. He has TP and Stand United to get out if needed. But PARP making a great call to get the Baron, and now they're getting just a ton of use out of it.
And see, this is something that kind of goes into what we were talking about earlier, that the team comp that PARP are running is definitely good, especially when even or ahead. But for the most part, they've been playing on the back foot. But this Baron kind of gives them the time to reset, get some gold underneath their belt by taking down some of these structures. It's a little bit easier to defend because you have a Caitlyn to siege up, and a Galio and a Warwick to threaten when you have a Triforce Corki also to take them down fairly easily. And you have a very, very low wave clear team. Reliable wave clear, I should say, when it comes from Team Foreskin.
I do want to real quick point out great trap placement across Tribush from Caitlyn to block the entirety of T4S out, but who cares when we got T5 right now? Got here on the back line, so is Silent Taco. They are going to take out that spike. Nicely played block strength on the Psycho Boy though. Does not quite have the same damage. They're taking a good chunk of damage from Violet Sociocat. It's just the one pick so far is a 4-5 for PARP, but they want to keep going with this Baron. They do have both carries of T4S low.
Yeah, I don't know if they should keep going. I think
Flea Panda is going to land the Sand Blade onto Black Strand, but that is not who you want to stun up. Taunt coming in onto everyone, and also the Glacial Fissure across everyone to Arian picking up the first kill on the Flea Panda. Not going to get any more. Everyone's tanky Psycho Boy very nearly going down.
So I think Psycho Boy maybe got a little bit paranoid by his health bar, but if he would have pulled an E at one point, he would have frozen up.
Because Gerard wants going on this, but no, here comes the Justice Punch going to land on the Taka. The Phosphorus Bomb, actually, everyone's going to dash out of it, but the siege on this tower is still going. Everyone is low. On the Parallel Convergence, Gerard really wants to find these openings, so does Balaka Strand. Taco gonna land. Oh, he's gonna go in, he's gonna get the kick, and Violet Sociocat is not gonna go down to the she flashes out, stays alive! Guy Fieri is gonna get cleaned up the double kill for Balaka Strand. Goes down to Psycho Boy after, but not that was, oh my god, just beautiful kiting and defense from PARP, and Arian just jumping in the flash at the last second. Psycho Boy not gonna get away. Violet Sociocat still staying alive. PARP on the Flea Panda now. They're gonna let the tanky Leon get away, but beautiful series of events for PARP.
Caitlyn is bot lane pushing with a giant minion wave. She died, went bot lane, pushed bot tier 1, and is now on bot tier 2. Didn't even decide, hey guys, y'all got that top, I'm gonna push bot lane. Just a crazy sequence of events to get the gold lead, which was 5,000, down to a 500 gold lead for Team Foreskin.
Massive swing back for PARP. Just having, I think it really just comes down to that great team communication. They're just playing together seamlessly. They're calling for protection in fights. Just PARP, if they have a more late game comp, they can definitely swing this back.
Well, I think part of what happened is Foreskin had some misfires in there. I mean, you start off with Leona, she missed her solar flare stun. She only got 2 slows on him at the beginning of that fight. got blown up right away, leaving that to be a 4v4, I believe. Yeah, and then looks like some miscommunication on Silent Taco going in on that, and no one following up, neither Psycho Boy, and then Echo follows up a little bit late and also gets blown up, and it just escalates from there and ends up in loss of tower and nearly an ace.
Yeah, the combination of the miscommunication from T4S and the great communication from PARP.
And maybe
matching
that's
up perfectly.
maybe that's attributed to, like we were talking about earlier, Guy Fieri being the sub, not used to the way the team's wanting to play. Always seems like they always want to be on the front foot, always making proactive plays, not wanting to have to react.
Well, they're reacting to this. They're getting engaged on violence. Sociocat does have the package, wants to use it across this team. Maybe not diving in quite yet. It is a 4v4. Both top laners are in top lane. They're having their wet noodle fight. But PARP are pinging the Infernal Dragon. I feel like getting the better of this trade actually has damage now. Chunks block strength down half health, but they're PARP just gonna get that Infernal Dragon. They're gonna get it out for free.
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
No, Bison's fine. Go.
Okay.
I was gonna say that damage coming out from Guy Fieri because he now has that completed Titanic Hydra.
And Walkatran has no armor. He's staying on Abyssal Mask because he's got Merc Dreads and another No Magic Mail, just looking to neutralize JR basically completely. You can't really duel Guy Fieri, so it kind of shows PARP really want to just play around the team and the 5v5s.
Yeah, I'll say this. We did talk about earlier in the early game about the late game. We like PARP a whole lot better, but I can tell you this. If Psycho Boy has free time in the backline provided by Guy Fieri and Fleeing Panda, and Galio has no armor items, Xayah late game can shred through anybody, even tanks, but especially a non-armor.
Yeah, Orchestran was it 118 armor? Am I right? No, 137 armor and 237 MR. Yeah, just not really any MR to speak, or armor rather to speak of. Oh god, it's there it is. The signs are starting of it's getting late, and I'm gonna
Alright guys,
like
I'm going to play play and no.
Yeah, I'm out. If I suddenly go quiet, assume I've fallen asleep and someone just take over. I fear getting the damage down on the Orchestran. Yep. But oh look, Parker once again on Baron. The TP is coming in from that is going to be JR from base, and Parker gonna just take that used TP and just peel off a Baron.
JR just seamlessly pulling his best Honey Badger impersonation because he just doesn't care with all the amount of damage. Baron.
Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger don't give a shit. JR don't give a shit. Words.
Hey, not.
I mean, I don't. Honestly, I'm hitting the point I don't even want to commentate the wet noodle fights. I want to just go back to Baron pick because that's where the action is. T4S are going back to this Baron actually, and they're just gonna get this press landing. And blue team is gonna get a great smite for Elliot. Silent Taco is in trouble on the cat lines, but the Marco and White are getting shreked completely. The damage is not coming out from that spite. They are gonna pick up 2 kills after the Baron. Silent Taco wants to hunt down White. Nope, not gonna get it. Nice clutch smite from Elliot, but the 2 kills back are going to hurt. Oh, he's in home. The King Silent Taco is gonna lift him minions, has the safeguard, he's fine. Arian wants to go on the Guy Fieri in this bottom lane, has so much damage, he is quite a Fed Warwick at 82. But Team Forsky are the ones with the push in this top lane now, and they are going to take the tower, yep.
So interesting
4 to 4
interaction.
towers. Sorry, go
What
ahead.
happened? What happened last fight? The Lee Sin got ulted as he was going into the Baron pit, but then somehow Galio interrupted the Shen. It was off screen, so I couldn't tell. So he had to stay fight and then fight the Galio. If he would have been there, I think they could have gotten a little bit more kills and then probably pushed mid and top tower. But in the end, 2 for 0, lose the Baron, but gain a tower.
Yeah, and also looking at that fight, they almost got JR in the back end of that, but had a clutch flash into the parallel convergence and stun Braum and secured that kill. And as looks like Greg's calling it Fancy Feet Feyrar.
Not that video.
God.
But yeah,
Oh god. Greg is memeing again, we're all doomed. Little laugh from Sean, cause why not?
Yeah. So this is the second Baron that PARP.
Oh, Arian getting caught out in the bot lane is gonna get kicked back by Silent Talk. He's doing a 1v4, he just has nowhere to go, is gonna get shut down. That is a massive bounty going back over Team Foreskin. PARP are looking at this top lane, they want to get something back while there are 4 bot, but Team Foreskin is rotating fast. They should have enough damage to get this out. So
That Cloud
wants to cut off Guy Fieri. Yeah, Cloud Drake is not useless here when the rotations are slightly faster. The red team's turret is going to go down though. They are going to get something back. Oh, Violet's also Blue's Panda on the package trail, but there's just so much AoE coming from both teams. The heroic entrance is going to knock up Sui. Boom Markle going down though. Sui's down already for PARP, and it looks like Blockatran's gonna be next, and through the taunt. 4-man taunt flashes to get away. He's gonna Justice Punch away, and he's gonna get out. I believe he's gonna get out. Oh, Silent Taco and Fleet Panther wants to connect the Sonic Wave. The taunt is gonna come out. They are gonna keep chasing this. Yep, here's the scene. Like, they should eventually have the energy up. Kick already back up, and Silent Taco is going to clean up the kill on the Blockatran to finish it out. 4 for 0 overall.
Didn't need to change their name to Team Honey Badger because they just don't care. You got a Baron? Alright, we're gonna go kill your jungler who's split pushing bot lane, and then we're gonna go 5 your team top lane with Baron buff, and then we're just gonna put the Caitlyn out of the fight and we're gonna come out on top. We don't care. You know, we're just gonna fight the entire time. They're like the LMQ of PMA LCS.
I wouldn't even call this isn't even a Clown Fiesta, it's just a super close back and forth game, and both teams are playing quite well. Mike gonna start the Elder Dragon overall, gonna get some nice poke down on Pan. He is getting some nice trap headshots, but Foreskin have just taken this on the side. No, we're just gonna keep killing Elder Dragon. PARP is here to interrupt the Dolphin Pan. Gonna miss the Zenith Blade, but JR ain't got here. Freaking have it off the side. Arian gonna land the fear, but here comes Blockatran. Good Justice Punch, only gonna knock him. It's 3-man taunt, does not hit Psycho Boy. Psycho Boy just free hitting away on the back lines.
Wow.
Panda in the middle of 5. Tanky, so tanky, but it does go down, and here comes the heroic entrance just for damage reduction. But here comes Arian. He's going in. The redemption's also coming up with the massive Chrono Break and get so much damage. Trayvon is gonna live off to the side. There's so much AoE, but no one else is going down. Just a 1 kill, and that's it.
There are massive blinking health bars on both sides of both teams, and it just looks like just because of the health and the death timers that happened previously in the last fight, PARP takes this just solely based off of having more tanky members.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is a game. We've pulled back to a 2K gold lead, and towers. PARP do have an extra one. Got here? Yeah, he's fine. Just dashes over the wall.
Now I'll say this about the Honey Badger mentality that we've been seeing from Team Foreskin. Yeah, you probably don't care too much about when it's a Baron twice that you initiate on them, but now they have a 2 stacked Elder Drake, and one of them is an Infernal. So the damage coming out of a late game Caitlyn and a late game Corki, if let alone and not just blown up either or taunted or suppressed by anybody, that's going to be some scary stuff, because they haven't been able to crack the base with 2 Barons, but these teams aren't looking for objectives as much as you might see a Caitlyn team, and it's if they can use this Elder Dragon to their advantage, I think they can push for the win here, with death timers probably being so long.
Oh, excuse me, it's going to basically... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's going to
He's
come
dying.
down. I'm dying. Dying for a different reason. Yeah, it's just gonna... If either of these teams get an ace and there's 2 or 3 people up, that's going to be... Maybe not necessarily game, but they're gonna just get so much out pushing, maybe even people in the game are on T4S side map looking to be proactive, looking to get more towers. Yep, this spot tower super low will go down as 6 towers to 4. The rest of the Team Force can just watch their tower disappear.
Interesting link up from the Braum. Braum putting Knight's Vow onto the Warwick instead of the Corki or Caitlyn. I'd have to question that. I mean, I guess I understand he'll be in. You want him to like survive, but if you're the Braum, you can also be the one to engage instead, and then just get healed by your damage dealers.
Yeah, I don't mind it that much. Well, Guy Fieri is in a little bit of trouble here. They do recognize he's tanky enough and will not quite. No, Violet Tosuket is chasing him down. Is going to Valkyrie in, but yeah, Guy Fieri is just over the wall. He's gonna just. They're gonna leave him alone. He's gonna be able to back.
Looks like Taco wants to try. Okay, he's just. Oh, he wants to try to trade Baron for the base.
Yeah, this is not a good call. It's a 5v2 for PARP. They're gonna get this tower and they're gonna get the inhib next. This is not a trade you want to make. The Baron not worth an inhib. Are they gonna keep? They might keep pushing. Yeah, they're gonna just keep pushing. They have the minions. No, they're not quite. Okay, they're just gonna back. I got a little excited, but they're going over towards mid lane. Team Force gonna get this Baron, but PARP wanna push down. They're not even gonna care about the minions. They're just gonna tank the tower. Who cares? Guy Fieri, nice little pawn across Boom Markle, but not gonna get much more out of it. This team of PARP is so tanky. Shockwave not gonna connect, and PARP is just gonna take the inhib and get out.
So I want to say that the next team fight that we have will probably be while they have Baron buff, and it's going to be an explosive fight. All summoners except for Psycho Boy's Flash are up right now. It's about to go down, as Kevin Hart would say. It's about to go down.
Oh my.
By the time we have this fight, though, I think his Flash will probably be up. It's not that far off. Yeah, I mean, it's
we will have
at
all
this point
back up.
I mean, at this point, it's kind of who messes up first.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at a straight 5v5 team fight, who are you giving the edge to, Bison?
Are we assuming that everyone hits everything, or no?
Well, just in a straight 5v5 team fight, just based off
straight 5v5 team fight at this point of the game, I'd probably give it to PARP. Just the fact that Caitlyn is starting to hit that late game power. I mean, Xayah in her own is doing quite a bit of damage, but I feel that that backline of Caitlyn has a lot more protection right now than the Xayah does.
Yeah, and something that I kind of am sorry that we didn't hit on before is that Team Foreskin could be running a 1-3-1 composition at any point, but they haven't had any pressure since the mid game. And also with that Baron, I mean with the inhibitor being down bot lane, it kind of just leaves Guy Fieri to split pushing duty to where they've been with a 4-1 instead of using both TPs that they have available to them.
Yeah, and PARP also doing a great job of running T4S around this map, so they can't get much out of this Baron. They have not gotten any towers. They are looking at this mid tower now, but Walkerstrand has a ZZ route portal to help defend. Here comes the minions now. He is the only one currently here to defend. Yep, Despite and Blue Markle are coming in from the top, and T4S just have to get out of there. They can't really siege this turret with all the wave clear and also the traps from Bite.
Guy Fieri purchasing his own ZZ route portal, which in my opinion is one of the most annoying items in the entire game. Not only does it let that guy split push without being in the lane, but hey, when I come, I can run faster towards you because of being near towers, and it's just that item sucks. That item sucks.
I don't remember the last time I bought a ZZ Rot, like, I'm gonna be honest.
Then I would love to have you on the enemy team.
Well, when was the last time you had, if you see an ADC by ZZ Rot, I don't know what to tell you, like, at that point, like, actually.
Yeah, being a jungler who has to like take care of side lanes because your top laner wants to 1v1 everybody, it's not the most fun thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
No.
We are at 43 minutes, approaching the 45-minute mark. Both
Baron
teams
buff,
are
just fine.
starting to hit full builds, so gold lead will no longer mean anything, although 2k gold lead at 43 minutes doesn't mean much anyway.
So real quick, I want to ask both of y'all a question that I've always wanted to hear people's opinion. We always say 6-item builds, but when do boots become an item? Are they an item by themselves? Because most time we're like, oh, Caitlyn's sitting on 4 items right now, but she has completed boots, so it's technically 5.
Oh. I think it becomes 6 items once you hit, like, once you fill everything up. That's when boots become an item. But teams are just taking enough. They're just trading blows right now around the base gate. PARP looking at this middle lane, also pinging the top lane. There is a massive wave building up there. They're just going to let it do its work. Sieging this middle lane now. JR is laying down the parallel convergence. Not quite going to dive in it though. PARP just focusing down the tower. To that fight, just be careful, JR, but Point Panda is going to go and only land the sword foot on one, but Violet Touchcat is going to get blown up immediately. As the main carry down, Arian is also a block strength and lands a massive knock-up with the heroic entrance, but he is dead to rights and all on his own. I apologize for the light block strength, could flash away, but Silent Taco does get feared up, is going to have an impressive close rock, but we'll just be able to safeguard just a 1 pick, but that is a massive one to Violet Touchcat. That's the carry pick one.
Really, really good focus by Team Force. Can all focusing one person, knowing that Corky probably is the one that you want to focus. He is the one. Oh, and taunt. Is it up?
Apparently
Okay.
not. He's gonna get out. That's
Maybe.
like global, and you lose a bit of pressure later from that, but that's still an alive Galio, and that's perfectly fine.
I'm gonna ask you a question as the ADC man on the desk. Would you go Xayah Hurricane, or are you?
And answer.
Okay.
Hurricane does have value, but I think against the Galio Warwick, where they are going to be diving you, unless it's just like a team of like tanks
Do you
that
think
don't
double
really want to dive you.
as
Like,
opposed to the lifesteal?
sorry.
Do you feel like the double lifesteal would be? I mean, the double zeal would be better than the potential lifesteal they're going with, either the Blade of the Rune King or a Bloodthirster. I guess that they might be going.
I don't like double zeal items on Xayah because you want the Essence Reaver, you want either the PD or the Runins. It will be the PD most of the time. I think it's just a better item on her. She does have synergy with the Hurricane, but it's just on the W mainly. But she wants that. She also wants the IE, and that puts her at 70% crit. So you really want the Lifesteal or the Last Whisper item after that.
Got 24 seconds on both main objectives on the map right now, so it's going to be a pick and choose or a fight for both.
Yeah, they're both. Violet Touchcat is hanging around this bot lane. Does she have a patch? Yes, she does. She has a patch. She's going on a mission. She wants the backdoor. She's just sitting here.
Package is timing out.
Yeah, it's gone now, but oh, she's gonna run into Silent Taco, and she's just out of there. Meanwhile, though, the rest of her team is clearing out some vision from the Baron pit, sticking a ward over the wall. It is not going to be a clear that actually, and that's going to be valuable for PARP. That little bit of information.
Ping's going down onto the Elder Drake as everyone's focused around Baron.
Yep, PARP is just throwing down for this, and Team Forskin don't have the positioning to get the Baron. Oh, Silent Taco's gonna just walk in everything. Gonna all the CC, and there we go. Shut down on the Taco. They're turning for the Elder Dragon. Nice.
You gotta question Taco walking in there blind,
but
not seeing anyone on the
the
map.
T4S is going up the Baron. The Elder Dragon is gonna go down now. PARP are not going to worry about the Baron. They're once again going to go for this. They're just running. Guy is pushing, but they're just running past him. They do not care.
Well, they do have the Baron power recall, so
It's going down onto the inhib from T4S. They know that this inhib is the target. it is still 45, 30 seconds. That's when Silent Taco comes up. Inhib goes down, so worth a trade at the end. They might get the second, actually. Yeah, they're going for it. Payroll convergence is not gonna go.
So much damage from the Zaya.
Yeah, Zaya's hitting that point where she can get work done and shredding through Elliot, but double Inhib and an Elder for Baron, that's got to be worth it for PARP.
Yeah, now if I'm Team Foreskin, you want to try to stop their backs right now.
Oh no, Psycho Boy just barely misses that.
Auto attack?
Well, they had no vision. Now, see, this is the play I wanted them to make earlier.
But teleporting in, but is
okay.
Okay. I mean, that's one way to get out. Just put yourself far, far away.
That's exactly what I thought they would try to do by stopping the backs. They have double TP. They could have TP'd on the massive wave. They couldn't defend either one of the inhibs. Try to maybe get the top inhib back from them and stop the backs, but it just means a TP and an ultimate down from JRAR as question mark pings fly over on the map.
Yeah. I mean, that can happen. Well, I think it was... Oh god, it was like summer 2015, I think we saw Haunter TP in, had a great flank onto the ADC, and then fat fingered his ult as he was phase diving in and just looped back to base, as I believe Zyrene called it.
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
he was in gravity. Yep.
Yeah, gravity. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like right where Leona is right now. He TP'd there and then just...
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
JRAR is bot lane without TP,
Oh, no.
but he does have the Baron empowered recall.
Yeah, he will be able to come back for this. He is using it now, but Blockchain about to join the rest of his team, and the traps coming set up. Not great placement. You want to see them in the straight line across the base gate, but there is two in the middle lane. King collapsed onto Violet Sosuke. King dove on, but the taunt on for J-Rod saving her life. Meanwhile, the rest of our top lane, they don't have the minions, but this tower is taking so much damage. The rest of the team is taking them. Aaron is getting shredded, though. He's not gonna go down. The heal saving his life. Nicely done. They're just gonna hightail it out here. They're gonna kite back. The Team Foreskin wanna clean this up? Nope, they're gonna just get out of there now. And PARP survives with everyone.
So I don't know what it's been this past week, but we had a really long game last week, and we're approaching 51 minutes on our first game day. Everybody just...
That's exactly what we need when
nail.
it's 2:30 a.m. Long games. We're gonna be here until 4. I'm calling it Silent Taco. Sonic Wave on the Super Minion. And Zaya has opted to go with Mortal Reminder and the Death Stance. I like that. Death Stance I think is a great item on her. She gets the healing off the Feather Recalls and the passive Feather Autos, so... And Death Stance is just a great item right now in general. I really like this item call from Psycho Boy.
I believe it puts him close to, if not 40% CDR as well.
It puts him at 40%, yes.
Yeah. So it's really good to have the feathers up as much as you possibly can.
Death Stance is actually one of my favorite items right now. Like, it's also great on Lucian for hitting 40%. Suppress gonna land on a Psycho Boy, but he's getting all the shields and he's getting kicked away from Elliot. The stun Soulboy only goes down onto 1, but there's so much chaos for Redemption coming out so easy. The Glacial Fissure, the massive Chrono Shift onto 1. J-Rock's gonna pop. Light's Guardian Angel is gonna pop the zone himself. Here comes the heroic entrance. It's gonna knock up so many people. Shut down onto J-Rock. That is massive. Psycho Boy will take down Arian, but he gives the free hit massive taunt from Guy Fury and gonna take down Violet Sosuke, but Fast Bite. Oh, there's super minions on the turret. Block a strand and Fast Bite. What? He can just go for the win. Silent Taco chasing down Boommark. Oh, yeah. Here comes Block a strand. Just wants to finish the game right now. He's gonna dive in. Fast Bite is following up.
Focus the Caitlyn! Focus the Caitlyn!
Are they gonna get it? It's a 3v2, they're gonna kick Fast Bite in the tower, but Blockstrand is so taking. He's gonna get this, he has the minions. That's it! PARP, take it! Oh my god, GG. I don't have words. What?
Well, basically it was just a lot of tunnel vision from Team Foreskin onto the Corki,
God.
and the ult not being used by Psycho Boy right there on the Warwick probably could have stalled the game a little bit more, but as it stands, DOS Bite got to hit DOS everything without getting hit. And in the end, it's a win for Team PARP.
Yeah, they had to fight for it for sure, and it was messy, but they got it. So just wow. Yeah, you can see they had a little over half as many kills as Foreskin and did not do anywhere near as much damage, but they pulled it out. Great. I still want to chalk this up to great shot calling from Ali.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I mean, it's great shot calling on the side of Parp, and like maybe some breakdown in shot calling on Foreskin. I noticed on that Baron and Elder call, you had split decisions. You had pings both on Baron and on Elder, and that's when Silent Taco was caught out by himself. And I'm wondering if maybe there was a breakdown in who was taking the call right there and what they were doing.
Yeah, so we should. I'm not sure if Greg's already posted the MVP poll, but if he hasn't, he should be momentarily.
PMA LCS got the poll. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, go vote for MVPs.
Let's have a small MVP discussion.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna be a tough one.
Oh, he doesn't? Okay. Okay, here we go.
There.
Yeah, he is now posted. Yeah, this such a close game. You know what? This is really hard. This is a hard decision.
So if you want to look at the early game, it wasn't all that pretty from either team. But Lakastran, Lucky Chan in the top lane provided a lot of pressure just to keep Shin at bay, even when he couldn't join. Elliot with a lot of kills in the early game.
Yeah,
Caitlyn,
I want to give it to him. He did so much work in the early game and mid game, and when the late game fights came around, he just did his job and tanked up, landed some great ultimates, got the one on to Psycho Boy, and it was either the last fight or the second to last fight. So I will say Elliot / Ruyan for this one.
yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards that, especially just for the KDA and the stat line, what we were able to see. But I'm also slightly wanting to give it to Violet Sociocat just because of that Baron call. Without that Baron call, if it goes awry, Team Foreskin probably ends in under 30 minutes. But with that, they bought enough time, got their items, and were able to just siege up and use the power that is Corki and late game Caitlyn.
Yeah.
But I think, to your point, Elliot bought them that time by having so much pressure and focusing the bot lane of Team Foreskin to where they could never get their ground footing in the ground. So, yep, I'm waffling back and forth. How do you know she called it? Were you in comms? I'm a caster. I can hear everything.
Well, so Ali is. I mean, I'll just say she's like actually quite well known for like being like the shot caller for PARP, and yeah. So Bison.
I don't want to break this tie. Like, this is already hard enough. I mean, I'm gonna give it to Elliot. Only because, like you guys said, he bought them the time to be able to get to the point where they can make those, where Violet Sociocat can make those calls and be in a position that they could do things like that. Again, I also noticed that he had quite a few ults onto Psycho Boy. Some of them threading a needle at that point, and just his stats obviously pop off the page because he has 9 kills, where the next closest person has 2. But just his ability to fend off Foreskin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of.
But
Well, it doesn't settle it, but go vote in the MVP poll if you haven't yet. We will go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We will be back for Game 2 of PARP versus Team Foreskin.